All right, guys, so we got a lot of questions for Local Traffic Commando. So I'm going to do a series of videos to answer most of them as they have come in. Okay, so first of all, for non-WordPress users, this is the most common question that we get. First thing is, do not use this on main sites. Do not use this on main sites. What you want to do is you want to use this for sites that are going to be like microsites, okay, mini sites or microsites. And basically what you can do is run specific campaigns. It's going to work better for you if you do exact match domains. For example, if I want to do a mini site for my SMB workshops website, I'm not going to put that campaign, Local Traffic Commando campaign, on that site. Okay, I will buy a domain that will be something like local AI marketing workshops in Pattaya. Okay, and that I will create a domain that gets some of those keywords in, like AI marketing workshops, Pattaya. Okay, something like that, and use an exact match domain. I can use that to lead back to the main site, the smbworkshops.com or whatever it is we've got there. And that way, I'm still siphoning any traffic I get over to the main site. Okay. And the best thing to do then in that situation is to have retargeting on your website. Okay. Because if you're doing this at local level, there's a very, very good opportunity if you're retargeting people, especially when you have a setup like that, when you've filtered them through to the main site, that you're retargeting people who are actually very interested. Okay, so that's the first thing I would say. So for non-WordPress sites, you don't want to put these on your client sites. Okay, you don't want to put these campaigns on your client sites. Buy some cheap domains and filter them through like that. Okay, that's the best way to do it. Doesn't matter if they've got a website on Foursquare or they're using Google sites or they're using Wix or anything else. You do not want to put these campaigns because they're too repetitive. Okay, because even if you're using unique titles, it's going to be very, very similar content for that whole campaign. Okay. And that means that you are going to have a website that has got very, very similar content, but we're using it to be able to get rankings for the longer tail keywords. Okay. The keywords are going to be within your titles. The keywords are going to be within your hooks and throughout the content, and the subheadings, etc., are going to have H2 tags and bolded and all that good stuff. But the ideal situation for this is it doesn't matter if your clients are using WordPress or not. I suggest you get them to pay for a domain where you can build a microsite, a mini site, and even build a network of them. Okay, targeting long tail keywords with keyword rich domains. It doesn't have to be exact match domains. Okay, if you ever watch my videos on what happens when you change titles within YouTube, how quickly you can start ranking and stuff like that, you will see the power of titles. Okay, that H1 tag, the power of it is just immense. It's the same for these kind of websites. So you want a keyword rich domain. It doesn't have to be exact match as long as you've got your keywords within the domain with your location. Okay, so anybody who wants to do that kind of thing, you can buy .online domains right now for 98 cents per year on Namecheap. Now, what I do, I've got a little trick, because next year, after I paid that 98 cents, next year is going to cost about $13, $14 or something like that. What I do is I buy it for 2 years and I get it for about $8.98 or something like that. Just by making it a 2-year purchase instead of a 1-year purchase. And so you cover it for 2 years. But you can charge your clients for that expertise, for setting up your website, the websites for them, and for populating them with content. Okay. For those who are looking to post this content into user-generated content sites like LinkedIn or like medium.com, your own subreddits, that kind of thing, you can easily do that. You just have to go into Local Traffic Commando and you go over into My Campaigns. Okay. And when you're in My Campaigns, you can see 3 little dots down the bottom. Okay, I'm hoping you can see this screen. And what you can do is you can click on View the Post. Okay, and when you see the post, you will have a button that says View. And when you click on the button that says View, you will see your content there. And you will see there's subheadings and there is bolded content as well. And you can copy the HTML. Simple as that, okay? Copy the HTML and your subheadings, when they get posted into WordPress, there should be in H2 tags. Now, there's some things we can do to improve the on-page SEO, and I'll keep working on that. Sometimes when you're working with no-code tools, you add one thing and another thing comes off for some reason. That's kind of just the way it is working with it, but you know, I'll persevere with it to make sure that we get it exactly the way I want it. So, because I'm using it myself. So basically, all of that can be done. Okay, so that answers the first question. What about non-WordPress users for local traffic commando? Use WordPress is the answer. Okay, mini sites, do a network of them, and have them all filter traffic through to your client's main site. You do not do these campaigns on your client's main sites. Okay, that's it for this one.